NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB! Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
Hello everyone and welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton and today we're at Marblehead Veterans Middle School as the Magician softball team takes on the Danvers Falcons. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV, and stay tuned to the end of the game for the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game announcement. Should have a pretty good ball game today between the Magicians and the Falcons. The Magicians are having an outstanding season. They are 14-3. They are number 10 in the MIAA rankings in Division II, so expecting at least one home game when the tournament begins in a couple of weeks. They have 4 games remaining after this one and 3 more at home. For Danvers, they are 10-6, 5-5 in conference, but they have a ton of girls that can put the bat on the ball. And on the mound for the Magicians is Tessa Francis. She is an absolute superstar, and she delivers a strike for the first pitch of this one. The batter is Brea Robinson. She is one of the girls that can really hit for the Falcons. She is 9th on the North Shore in batting average, hitting .455. Looks at a ball high to even the count at 1. She'll be followed up by Sam Fay and Ava Gray. And Gray is one of the top RBI girls in the area with 13 this season. A running, swinging foul ball for Robinson, and it is 1-2. Luca Bornhurst is behind the plate for the Magicians. She drops a sign for Francis. And that's another ball. So the 2-2 pitch is in play to short, and they get her. Really nice play by Haley Schmidt at short to get the ball out of her glove quickly because Robinson is speedy and was hustling down the line. 1 out here in the top of the first. Sam Fay, the second baseman for the Falcons, looks at ball 1. The rest of the infield around Schmidt is Tess Andriano at third, Ruby Calianes, one of the captains for the Magicians this year, at second, and Lila McGovern over at first. That's in there at the knees, called strike. Count is 2-1. Around the outfield for the Magicians today. In left field is, we'll get to it in a second, there's a swinging strike. Sophia Hallisey is in left. Ashley Mortenson's in center, and in right is Isabel Mortenson. Sam Fay did some tap dancing in the box before making contact with that one. She had some happy feet, but able to still make contact and stay alive. Francis throws quick, so Fay may be a little bit on edge here in the batter's box. So you can see once again does some tapping and swings and misses at the off-speed pitch by Francis as she slowed her down. Nice pitch on the 2-2, first strikeout for Francis, and it will not be her last. She has now 195 strikeouts on the season, and this will be her 100th inning pitched. This is lifted into the air, shallow, but foul, just off the line. Dropped foul, a little bit of confusion, as the batter Ava Gray was convinced she had a double. It was definitely in a dangerous spot. Hallisey didn't get over there in time to catch it. Luckily for the Magicians, it was off the line. Just a strike. This one she straightens out, puts it on a rope, and that's going to bounce past Hallisey. That's at least 2 bases. And Gray liked that spot on second base and gets right back to it. A 2-out double for Ava Gray. That'll bring up Skylar Coakley. She is 5th on the North Shore with 19 RBIs and has a chance to knock in what will be a pinch runner for Danvers. Gianna Ferraro takes the spot on second. Coakley is the designated player in the lineup for the Falcons this afternoon. Francis throws a fastball in there low. Francis is a hard-throwing righty. Three times this season, she has been unhittable by the opponent. 3 no-hitters, including 1 perfect game 2 games ago against Winthrop. And a 1.06 ERA. Having a little bit of trouble with her control here early on. We don't see her fall behind in counts 3-0 very often, but that's the situation here. With Coakley a dangerous hitter and runner on second. Maybe it's strategic to stay away from her. And that one whistles in there over the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch to come back with. That's too high, and she loses her. So 2 on now with 2 outs for Briley Keyser. Briley Keyser, the right fielder. It's a low strike from Francis. A little high, a little outside, 1-1. That too far inside. Francis behind in the count again. Grounder to short. Schmidt's going to need to make a quick play again. And a great scoop by McGovern at first. That ends the inning, and the Falcons strand 2 in the top half. The Magicians will start with Luca Bornhurst in the leadoff slot today. She's moved up in the order since our last broadcast, followed by Isabel Mortensen and Haley Schmidt. And Bornhurst attacks the first pitch she sees and hits it foul. The Falcons' pitcher this afternoon is Autumn Buckley. She's a 2.48 ERA through 36 2/3 innings pitched, with 29 strikeouts on the season. She and Skylar Coakley split time for the Falcons on the mound. That's a line drive to short, and a really nice play by Lila Flynn to get Bornhurst on the hard hit ball. That pitch rises up on Isabel Mortensen. Left-handed Mortensen has really good speed. Always a threat to bunt. And ahead in the count here, 2-0. Looks at strike 1. There is a bunt with 1 strike on her. Now there's 2 as that one rolls foul. Beautiful day here for softball, 57 degrees. Couple scattered clouds, light breeze. An enjoyable afternoon to be outside. Here's Mortensen off the end of the bat, and a pretty easy play for the third baseman. Gets her in plenty of time. That's Allie McGinnity over to Wilachowski at first. Now we've mentioned the corners and the shortstop for the Falcons. Sam Fay is at second base, and out in the outfield, left to right is Lauren Ahern, Brea Robinson, and Briley Keyser, and Ava Gray is behind the plate. This is Haley Schmidt, and she has herself a single. Bornhurst and Schmidt both attack the first pitch they see from Buckley, and they both put a good bat on it. Schmidt rewarded with a hit. She is second on the team in batting average with .384, and that'll raise that just a bit. So as the Falcons did, the Magicians have a runner on with 2 outs. This is now Tess Andriano with a ball on her already. She puts it into play. It'll drop in front of Robinson in center. Schmidt's going to go first to third. And the Magicians have runners at the corners with 2 down. Back-to-back singles brings up Ruby Calianes. Caliene swings through the first pitch. The Magicians aggressive here early on against Buckley. Looking to put a run on the board here in the bottom half of the first. That's past Buckley to second, and they make the play, and the Magicians also strand two. So both teams put runners on in the first, but 0 still on the scoreboard as we head to the second. Danvers sent 5 to the plate in the first inning, so it's Lila Flynn in the 6th hole, Autumn Buckley, the 7th hitter, and Allie McGinnity that will be due up here in the top of the second. It's a bunt foul by Flynn. Francis is so difficult to hit. We have seen teams go through bunting phases in the games we've covered. Maybe this will be one of those innings as they try to get more base runners on. That rides in on Flynn off her shoulder. 1-1. Off speed from Francis, fooled her. 2 strikes on the batter. 2-2. Went back to the changeup for the strikeout, her second of the afternoon. The Magicians have won 6 of their last 7 games. They have a 2-game win streak going since being shut out 4-0 by Beverly. All 3 of their losses this season have been by shutout. They were blanked by Peabody and then a 1-0 loss here at home to Whittier Tech. This is popped up, shallow, and foul. Sort of a mirror image of the one that came our way in the first. Then on the next pitch, Ava Gray doubled. Let's see what Buckley does with her second chance. Francis fires a fastball by her, 1-2. This is the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. I bet Buckley is thinking off speed here, so I think Francis is going to go fastball. That might have taken a little off of it. It's too high. Strike 3 looking. Back-to-back Ks for Francis. Allie McGinnity, the third baseman. That's picked up off the dirt by Bornhurst. Despite falling behind in the counts here early on, Francis has been very effective still. The kind of stuff she has, sometimes pretty easy to battle back. She's going to have to here. 2 balls and no strikes. Foul tip off the hands. Bet she comes back with a changeup here. There's the 2-1. Oh, fastball. One of the harder ones we've seen today, but out of the zone. Francis does not walk a lot of hitters, and she already has one this afternoon. looking to avoid putting another runner on with 2 outs here. There's the changeup, but it's outside. And she does walk her. Some more 2-out base runners for the Falcons. Lauren Ahern steps in. Perfect pitch for strike 1. That fouls off her shin. Unfazed, though. Francis with a chance to strike out the side. The 0-2. Rip towards second. Calianes drops it, picks it up, makes a poor throw to first. Runners are going to move up to third and second. So Calianes should have caught the first one and then rushed the throw when she had time. And as they did in the first, 2 runners on with 2 outs. But they're a base ahead of where they were when the first inning ended. This is the 10-hitter, Brooke Wilichowski. Back to the top of the order with Bria Robinson. She got a piece of that one. Bornhurst gives a thumbs up. She's all right. And Bria, one of the better hitters on the North Shore. 9th, .455 batting average. Hit a hard ground ball to short to lead the game off. It's always a little more challenging as she gets a head start. Running towards first on her swing. The infield's pulled in. Little chopper, back to short again. Schmidt gets her for the second time. A great play by Schmidt. Robinson's called her number twice. She's won the battle. Nice play to end the inning. The Falcons strand 2 more, and the Magicians coming up. Back for the bottom of the second inning. First pitch on the money for Tessa Francis. She can do it on the mound and at the plate. Hitting .387 this year, and that'll go up with that hit. But the Magicians again jumping on the first pitch they see from Buckley. She's been dealing them strikes right off the bat. Sophia Hallisey steps in. Tries to lay down a bunt, but fouls it off. Pinch runner for Francis is Nora Mahan. That's by the catcher. Mahan's going to move up. It was a strike on Hollisey. So she's in the hole 0-2, but Mahan's in scoring position. Hollisey stays alive. It's in play, lifted. It's going to be a gap shot. That should score Mahan. It's going to be a play at the plate. The throw is late as Mahan slides in there. Hallisey has an RBI. She put it in the perfect spot. sliced foul. It's a bunt foul. McGovern with 2 strikes on her. McGovern will be swinging away here, looking to drive something into the outfield and score Hollisey. But she swings and misses. First strikeout for Buckley. 1 out in the inning. Magicians lead it now 1-0. And Ashley Mortensen steps in. Strike across the letters. That bunt is in fair territory. That'll move the runner up. Big turn by Hollisey at third. She gets back. Hollisey needs to tie her shoes over at third. Credit Mortensen with a sac bunt. And we're back to the top of the order with Luca Bornhurst. Swings again at the first pitch. This is going to get up the middle and score. Hollisey, an RBI for Luca. She's hit Buckley hard twice now. This time she's rewarded with an RBI. Isabel Mortensen steps in. Bornhurst takes second. Mortensen grounded to third in her first at bat. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner on second. That is too high. Ground ball back to the pitcher. It deflects off her glove. Going to be a tough throw. Gets by the first baseman. Bornhurst scores. And it's 3-0 Magicians. Buckley had a chance to make the play. It was going to be a very difficult one for Lila Flynn. Might have been wiser just to hold the ball. It might have prevented Bornhurst from scoring. But it's an error on the shortstop. That'll bring Haley Schmidt to the plate. She singled in her first at bat, as the Magicians are already in their second round through. Here in the second inning, slow roller to second, and she's safe. Good call. She was absolutely safe. The Magicians looking for more 2-out magic. Schmidt's 2 for 2. That .384 batting average just continues to rise. And it brings up Tess Andriano. She too singled in her first at bat. Looks at a strike here to begin her second one. 3 runs in already and 2 runners on. That one's a little high. Hard ground ball. That's up the middle. That's going to score at least one. RBI for Andriano, and it's 4-0. Isabel Mortensen in to score, and the error proving costly. Buckley could have been out of the inning. But now she has to face Ruby Calientes. She puts it in play. Little liner to first, caught by Wilichowski, and that ends the inning. But a big inning for the Magicians. They hang 4 on the board. They lead it 4-0, headed to the third. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We're back for the top of the third inning. Danvers will have the 2-3-4 hitters in their lineup due up to face Francis for the second time. Sam Fay will start us off. She struck out in her first at-bat. This is the first and only meeting between these two teams this season. Danvers has secured their spot in the MIAA tournament with 10 wins. The Magicians clinched their spot a few games ago. They have 14 wins this season. It's going to put a dent in the car. Oh, just missed. She was way ahead of that one. Slowed it way down to ring her up. Second time she's gotten Fay. Fourth strikeout already for Francis. Now up to 198 strikeouts in the season. We're on the 200 watch here today. This has popped up our way. Hallisey's going to have a chance, and it's off the tip of her glove and lands foul. Sophia frustrated with herself on that one. Wanted to make the play. And it gives Ava Gray a second chance. That's, again, kind of what happened back in the first inning. She fouled it off almost to that spot and then drove one for a double right back at her into left field. Hallisey needs to be on her toes as she puts this one straight up the middle. And Gray is spraying it all over the field. A single and a double for the Danvers catcher. That brings Skylar Coakley to the dish. She walked her first time up. One of 2 walks surrendered already by Francis, unlike her. Fastball at the knees, but too far inside. Good looking pitch. That's over the plate for strike one. That's up by her mask, so it's 2-1. A runner on with 1 out here in the third. Danvers trailing 4-0. Francis out there with a good cushion now. 3-1. You can see Francis questioning herself a little bit. Doesn't have quite the control we've seen from her, at least so far in the game. That can always change. And that's a walk. Now you can see Francis looking back at her shortstop Putting her palms up. I'm not sure she likes the strike zone. 2 on with 1 out. Both Gray and Coakley on for the second time. Briley Keyser takes a strike. Big swing and a miss. Her eyes are up at the clouds by the end of that swing. Keyser grounded out to short to end the first inning with 2 outs and 2 on. Fouls that one away. A swing and a miss. Made her look silly on the changeup. Fifth strikeout. Strikeout number 199 on the season for Francis. She struck Lila Flynn out to begin inning number 2. She has her up here, looking for strikeout number 200 on the season. It would also get them out of the inning with 2 runners on. It's too high, says the umpire. Not sure Francis would agree. That's off the plate. .30. I doubt Flynn has a green light. France is going to give her something to hit here. Nope, too high. 4 straight balls from Francis. Third walk, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the third for Autumn Buckley. And she's the opposing pitcher, and she could really help herself out here. Get Danvers back in the game. She just gave up 4 runs, or 3 earned in the last inning. That's low. 5 straight balls from Francis. Buckley struck out looking. That's in there. Buckley hasn't swung yet. Bases juiced. Here's the 1-1 from Francis. Swing and a miss. Big hack from Buckley. She comes up empty. 1-2. Huge pitch here for Francis. And she gets her swing in with the bases loaded, and that is strikeout number 200 on the season. What a spot to accomplish that feat. It's 4-0 Magicians after 2.5. Bottom of the third inning for the Magicians. They lead it 4-0, and Ruby Calianes pops up the first pitch to third. It's actually going to be the shortstop who calls and makes the catch late. Lila Flynn doing a nice job there as the sheriff in the infield. Another pop-up. This is going to get out of play off the snack shed. So 1 quick out to retire Calianes. This to get Francis. That was Francis. This is Hallisey now. As an RBI single. It's a slow roller and an easy out. McGinnity makes a nice play. Ball one on Lila McGovern, who struck out in the second inning. Evens the count at 1 with that foul ball. Lila at first base this afternoon has made a nice play already. Nice scoop over there on a throw across. Just a 1-1 from Buckley, floats in there. And McGovern swings through it. It's on the ground to short, backhand scoop and throw, and a quick inning to retire the Magicians. 2 nice plays in the field, or 3 nice plays in the field, 2 by Lila Flynn. And after 3, it's still 4-0.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
We're back for the top of the 4th inning. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and if you're enjoying this production of MHTV Sports, MHS Sports and MHTV, please consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. Allie McGinnity to lead it off here for the Falcons in the 4th. They have left 7 runners on base through the first 3 innings, including the bases loaded last inning. Francis starts her off with a strike and finished the 3rd inning with strikeout number 200 on the season. She struck out the side in the inning, and what a huge spot to get out of it with the bases loaded. She has 6 strikeouts already today. She has just been outstanding this season, really making a case for NEC MVP. Again, a 106 ERA, now over 100 innings pitched, 200 strikeouts, 3 no-hitters, 1 perfect game, and she also hits over 387. 1-2 on the third baseman. It's going to be 2-2, says the board. It doesn't matter how many balls there are because there are 3 strikes. That is strikeout number 7. And once again, She is making some Falcons hitters look pretty foolish when she goes to the changeup. Her fastball is one of the fastest around, so when she switches it up, that's what happens. This is Lauren Ahern. She reached on an error by Calianes with 2 outs back in the second inning. She fouls the first pitch back into the parking lot. That was a roller. A ball and 2 strikes. Line drive, 1 hopper to Isabel Mortensen. She knocks it down, then overshoots second base, but good backup by Andriano keeps Ahern at first with a single. A well-hit single for the number 9 hitter for the Falcons. They've been putting their runners on base with 2 outs. Now they have a runner on here with 1 out. Back to the top of the order, Brea Robinson has grounded out to shortstop twice. Her last at bat ended the second inning for the Falcons. So again, she starts up the line, but holds her swing. 1-0. Two and 0. Ahern doesn't look like she's going to challenge Bornhurst. That's probably wise. Bornhurst, one of the best catchers around in terms of throwing out runners. It's 3-0. Robinson 20 for 46 on the season, including today's at-bats, and takes a strike with 3 balls. 1 out. Six of the last 7 outs by the Falcons have been strikeouts. Robinson's ground out, the only one that wasn't. Going back to the second. And Francis battles back and gets her. The Magicians have an absolute star on their hands in Tessa Francis. The 8th strikeout. And 5th consecutive out by way of the K. She starts Sam Fay off with a strike. She's already got her twice. Fay just got the end of the bat on that off-speed pitch. She's the first one who's been able to make contact with it, I believe. Two strikes, 2 outs, a runner on. And she got her again, the trifecta. 3 times Sam Fay has gone down swinging. Francis strikes out the side for the second straight inning. 4-0 Magicians after 3.5. Ashley Mortensen will lead off the Magicians' 4th inning, and then back to the top of the order for Luca Bornhurst and Isabel Mortensen. Ashley laid down a sac bunt in her first at-bat, drills the pitcher off the foot, and she is safe. What a recovery by Buckley, as that stung her and she almost went down, but stayed on her feet and got the throw over there almost in time. Looks like it hit her right on the bridge of the foot or off the front of the ankle. And that was a hard hit ball, and Buckley showing she's a tough cookie. That one definitely stung. Is she going to dig back in there, see if she can throw? Going to give her a practice throw or two. It looks like she's going to be good to go. That's a tough girl right there. Mortensen on with the single. So Bornhurst up. She's 1 for 2. She's hit it hard twice. This time watches the first pitch go by, which she has attacked in her first 2 at-bats. A line out to shortstop and an RBI single in the second. She also has a stolen base. Shows bunt, pulls back. Mortensen stays on first. And 2 balls on the Magicians' leadoff hitter and catcher. In our last game we covered, she hit third, moved up to top of the order for this one. Mortensen is going to be thrown out if she held on, as she did. Ava Gray, who's got a single and a double for the Falcons, now showing off that she can play some defense too, as she throws out Mortensen. Nice job by Lila Flynn at short as well to catch that and lay the tag down. Bornhurst walks. So the Magicians put a runner right back on first base. They'd like to have 2 on. But 1 on with 1 out. And a ball to Isabel Mortensen. She grounded out to third in the first, reached on an error by the shortstop in the second. But that was a weird play, as she hit it back also off of Buckley, but off the glove, and it was a rushed throw from Flynn from short to first. The slice is foul, and it's over the head of McGinnity. Just barely. Magicians left-handed hitting Isabel Mortensen down in the count 1-2. And she strikes out. It's out number 2 in the bottom of the 4th. It's the second strikeout for Buckley. That brings up Haley Schmidt, who's 2 for 2, having a really nice afternoon. 2 singles. That might make it 3 for 3, a hard line drive, but a really nice casual catch by Brea Robinson, making it look very routine out there in center. And that ends the 4th inning. It's 4-0 Magicians. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Top of the 5th inning, and the heart of the order for the Falcons due up. It's Ava Gray to start, and she's got a single and a double. One of 2 Falcons that Tessa Francis has not been able to send back to the dugout. The other one, the 9-hitter, who's singled and reached on an error, Lauren Ahern. Long way to go between Gray and Ahern. Coakley and Keyser, the other 2 batters, due up here in the 5th. It's on the ground foul. count is 1-1 on the Danvers catcher. Gray chases out of the zone, helps Francis out. 1-2 now. Gray ranked 20th in the area with 13 RBIs. No Magician is on that top 20 list, as everybody kind of does their part. That is 2-2. But Gray leads the Falcons in that category. And she got her fooled. Bornhurst makes a nice throw on the drop, strike 3. She finally gets Gray after giving up 2 hits to her in her first 2 at-bats. That is now the 7th straight out recorded by strikeout. And that is the 10th strikeout already for Francis. This is Skylar Coakley, who she's walked twice. And I overlooked Coakley when I was mentioning that she hadn't sent Gray and Ahern back to the dugout yet. Coakley has also been on safely twice, but already an 0-2 hole. Puts it in play. Schmidt bobbles it for a moment. Still plenty of time to throw over and get Coakley. So now she is 0 for 1 with the 2 walks. And Ahern is the only player that has not been retired by Francis. That also ends the streak of strikeouts. Briley Keyser 0 for 2, grounded to short and struck out. It's inside, 1-1. The Magicians scored all 4 of their runs in the bottom of the second. And they lead it by that number. Off speed, inside, 2-1. Strike 2. The 2-2 with 2 outs from Tessa Francis. Fouled off. The Falcons have left 8 runners on base through the first 4 innings. And they don't get one on base this inning. That is the 11th strikeout for Tessa Francis. 1-2-3, go the Falcons in the top of the 5th. Tess Andriano will lead it off in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Magicians. She is 1 for 2, a single in the first, lined out to first base in her last at-bat, and looks at a low strike to begin this one. Quickly in the hole, 0-2 is the superstar sophomore for the Magicians. Tess is an absolutely superb athlete. She looks at a ball there. The Magicians are lucky to have her for a couple more years. This is in the air to right field. And is that dug out? No. The magician, excuse me, the umpire says safe is the call. It looked like she may have trapped it. That's going to be a really difficult call. They're going to get together and talk about it. The second base umpire, infield umpire, definitely had a better look, but he's shaking his head no. She didn't catch it cleanly. It did look like a slight bobble there. Looked like maybe she had it, and then it hit the ground, and then she resecured it. But that's the second hit of the day for Andriano. Yeah, she's aboard. That's a foul ball that hit the bat. It should hit the plate first, says the umpire. So that's what makes it foul. Would have been out if it had hit the bat. It's nothing but a strike on Calientes, the Magician's captain, 1 of 2. Calientes shows bunt, offers. The pitch was dropped by the catcher. That was probably the hardest pitch we've seen from Buckley. It bounced right out of Gray's glove. 2 strikes on Calientes. That's in right field. That's down. And she tries to get her at first. Pretty smart play. But she doesn't get her, but at the same time, Andriano could have probably moved up to third had she known the throw was going to be behind her. But 2 on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Anna Sokolov is out of the dugout. She knows she's going to be called on to pinch run for Calientes. So they trade spots. Isla Bumagin is the other Magician's captain, but she has been out all season with a torn ACL. Really disappointing to miss her senior season. But playing sort of an assistant coach role is Bumagin this season. This brings up Francis. Francis 1 for 2. The single, a run scored, and a pop-up to short. She had a 4-0 lead when she left the mound. Looking to go back out there with some more runs underneath her. This will find the dugout. It's 1-2 on Francis, who throws righty on the mound and hits lefty. Leads the team in average. 13 for 33 this season. She takes ball 2. 2-2. 2 runners on, no outs. Full count, back-to-back singles for the Magicians to get on base. Francis strikes out. That looked low and outside. She goes down looking. And she's walking back to the dugout saying, I'm not getting that strike. That brings up Sophia Hallisey, already with an RBI. She drove Francis in the second inning to begin the scoring. All 4 runs for the Magicians picked up in the second. There's 2 more out there for her if she wants them. offers poorly at a high pitch. It's clearly a ball. She made it a strike. That's fouled. Buckley ahead in the count now, 1-2. Buckley fires. Hallisey drills it up the middle. Andriano's going to try for home. Robinson bobbles it in center field. Andriano in there standing, and another RBI for Sophia Hallisey. That makes it 5-0. Lila McGovern steps in. First and second again for the Magicians. Ball 1 to McGovern, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. Slow roller to short. The play is made, and Lila Flynn showing that she is a very sure-handed shortstop for the Falcons. The runners move up, though, for the Magicians with 2 outs. Second straight ground out to short for McGovern, and Ashley Mortensen into the box with a sac bunt and a single. Was caught stealing last inning after she led off the inning with a single. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. That's a ball. 1-1. One and two. Mortensen rips it between short and third. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And the number 9 hitter, Ashley Mortensen, doing damage. It's 7-0 Magicians. Great hit by Mortensen. Absolutely drilled it. Gonna have a pitching change for the Falcons. Buckley's day is done. 7 runs across, 6 of them earned. 2 strikeouts, no walks for Buckley. Kyla Maroney is in to pitch. And we'll take a quick break while she warms up. All right, welcome back. Kyla Maroney done with her warm-up throws, and she will face the top of the Magicians' order here after they have scored 3 runs. In the 5th, they lead at 7-0. It's Luca Bornhurst up. Swing and a miss at what looked like off speed from Maroney on the first pitch. That's probably pretty smart, as Bornhurst has looked to attack the fastball every time she's been up. She's 2 for 3. An RBI, a run scored, a stolen base, 2 singles, puts us on the ground to short. And Bornhurst is safe, and Mortensen is safe at third. Lila Flynn reached out to try to tag Mortensen. That wasted about the half a second she needed to get Bornhurst across the diamond. And she missed Mortensen on the way by. She had moved up to second on the throw home off of her hit. So there's runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Isabel Mortensen up. Bornhurst immediately takes off for second. The throw is a good one. Great catch by Flynn, but Bornhurst is safe, and on the throw, Mortensen scores. Probably shouldn't have thrown. With the throw a little bit offline and Flynn down to a knee, it was easy for Mortensen to take home. 8-0 Magicians. Mortensen gets a light piece. 2 strikes on her. She's 0 for 2 and has reached on an error and scored. That's to short. That's going to be a tough play, and they're safe again. That one died on the soft sand. Flynn did not have time to pick it up and fire across. Magicians looking to continue this run with 2 outs here. Back-to-back infield singles to short for the Magicians. Bornhurst on third. That's going to score past the diving second baseman. What a rip from Haley Schmidt. She has 3 singles today, is 3 for 4. And a run batted in on that one. It's 9-0. The Magicians can end it here if Andriano can drive home Isabel Mortensen. That could have done it there if the throw had gone to second, but a fake fire and the throw back to the pitcher. The Magicians have batted around here in the 5th as Andriano started the inning off with a single and scored. On the ground to short. And that ends the inning. They strand the game-ending run by mercy rule 60 feet away. And we go to the 6th inning. It's 9-0 Magicians. For the top of the 6th inning, it'll be Lila Flynn, Autumn Buckley, and Allie McGinnity. As we have seen Lila Flynn very busy at shortstop for the Falcons. This is her 3rd at bat. She has struck out and walked. Swings through strike 1 here in at bat number 3. The Magicians have scored all their runs in 2 innings, 4 in the 2nd, 5 in the 5th. That one too high with 2 strikes. That's outside. The Falcons have left 8 runners on base today. And after being ahead 0-2, the count is now full. And she gets her. Strike 3 swinging. Strikeout number 12 on the afternoon for Francis. 2nd time she sent Flynn back to the dugout. Brings up Autumn Buckley. Kyla Maroney hitting for Buckley. The new pitcher in the starting pitcher's spot in the order. Strike 1 for Maroney, the first time she's seen Francis. Swing and a miss on a heater from Francis. This is the spot in the order in which Francis picked up strikeout number 200 on the season. That was Buckley's 2nd K of the day, and since then, she struck out 6 more Falcons. Maroney just staying alive, getting a piece of that one. There's another 0-2 pitch from Francis. Popped up over Andriano's head, and it falls between her and Schmidt, and it's a single for Maroney. However, that should have been caught by one of them. Zero communication between the two girls. Someone's got to call for it. That brings up McGinnity. Has walked and struck out. Struck out on off speed from Francis last time up. Ball 1 to her here. That's outside. 2-0. It's fouled off. Changeup went low. Throw down to first late. Three balls, one strike on McGinnity. This is drilled deep over the head of the right fielder, which is now Nora Mahan. That's a big-time double by McGinnity. Second double off of Francis today. And that puts runners on second and third for the Falcons with one out. Lauren Ahern up, and she's had a pretty good day. Francis has yet to get her out, and she's reached on an error and singled. Whistles that one by her for strike one. So Mahan is out there in right, replacing Mortensen. Ground ball to first, and the Falcons get a run. McGovern steps on first for the second out. The Falcons will not go home shutout. An RBI for Ahern. Back to the top of the order for Brea Robinson. It's ball one. Falcons leadoff hitter, 0 for 3 today. 2 groundouts to short and a strikeout. Ahead in this count, 2-0. McGinnity on third. The 3-0 is in there. The 3-1 is low. Robinson walks. Fourth walk issued by Francis. Ball one on Sam Fay, who has struck out 3 times. One and one. Runners on the corners for the Falcons. Slow roller down the first base line. It's foul. Two strikes on Fay. A strike away from striking out 4 times against Francis here today. Francis has got her a couple times with off-speed stuff. Slows it down, but not enough. She grounds it to short, and the inning is over. The Falcons get one. It's 9-1 Magicians after 5.5. It'll be Ruby Calianes to face Maroney here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Magicians' captain is 1 for 3 with a single in her most recent at-bat in the 5th and a run scored. Well, her spot has a run scored. She was pinch run for. Pops this one up on the first pitch. It's shallow right field. It's trouble, and it lands. And smartly, Calianes just runs right through the bag instead of taking a turn so that she's safe over there. Back-to-back singles for Calianes. This time they're going to leave her out there to run. Tessa Francis steps in. On the ground is short. Backhand play. She's going to go to second with it and makes the play. Really nice play by Flynn. She's been very impressive. She's had to go to the backhand a couple times, and she makes it look pretty easy. And smart to get the lead runner. Francis on the fielder's choice. Pinch runner for Francis over at first. And Sophia Hallisey in to hit. Pops it up. That's shallow right as well. Backpedaling as the second baseman, and she makes the play. 1 pitch to get Hallisey. And there's 2 outs in the 6th. Kate Andriano is the pinch runner at first. Lila McGovern up. Looking to improve her stat line this afternoon. She's 0 for 3. Strikeout and has ground out to short twice. Swing and a miss. One and one. The 2-1. Strike 2. Off-speed pitch fooled her. That's an ephus pitch. That was one of the slowest pitches we've seen all season. McGovern grounds out on it. She was probably surprised how that one floated in there. But the Magicians strand a runner on first in the 6th. They lead 9-1. Final chance for the Falcons coming up. Tessa Francis back on the mound, looking to close out the Danvers Falcons. 9-1 is the score. And it is the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Falcons, so their best hitters, and their final opportunity here this afternoon. Ava Gray, who's 2 for 3 with a double and a single and a strikeout, puts the barrel on that. And it was foul. There's not much paint left over there. That was right on it. The umpire blew it dead. So 1 strike on Gray. That is right back at Francis and up the middle. Luckily, the star pitcher for the Magicians able to get out of the way of that one. That was a laser. She's hit Francis hard 3 times today. Skylar Coakley in for the Falcons and takes a ball. She's walked twice and grounded to short, most recent. There's a pinch runner over there for Gray. It's Gianna Ferraro. And it's 1-1 on Coakley. Two and 1. Francis recorded strikeout number 200 on the season back in the 3rd inning. She has 6 more since that point. 12 total on the day, 206 for the season. And has Coakley on the ropes here. And she got her. Oh, foul. Coakley stays alive. Just got a piece. Another 2-2 pitch from Tessa. And she got her that time. Strikeout number 13 and a fist pump from Francis. I wonder if she was excited about that, a little extra excited, because Coakley was one of 2 players in the lineup she had not struck out yet today. Lauren Ahern, the only one who has escaped without being victimized by Francis. Briley Keyser has struck out twice and grounded to short. Grounds to third here. Andriano to Calianes, who runs through second base, steps on it for the force out. Really nice play by the Magicians infield. That brings up Lila Flynn. She has also struck out twice and walked. She is the last chance for the Falcons with a runner on first. Francis brings it in on her. Ball 1. Here's the 1-1 from Francis. Lifted into the outfield. Mortensen on the run. It's going to make the fence. And it's second and third. A double for Keyser. for Flynn. She's been outstanding at shortstop for the Falcons today, and now that's one of the better hits. They've doubled 4 times off Francis. That was the only one that's made the fence. Brings up Maroney. Now the opposing pitcher. She swings and misses at the first pitch, but she scored the only run in the game last inning. She walked and then was driven in by Ahern. Has a chance to drive in 2 here with a single. I thought Keyser was going to come around to score on that double, but she was not off and moving with contact, which she should have been with 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 on Maroney. It's high. That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Falcons down to their last strike. Off the handle, and Schmidt misplays it. That scores a run. And Maroney, very impactful since she entered the game. 2 for 2. An RBI and a run scored. That brings in Keyser and Allie McGinty up. She doubled last inning to drive in Maroney. Bernhurst going to try it. It doesn't get her. Aggressive play by the Magicians catcher. Trying to end it on a throwdown. The Falcons have runners on the wingtips. And a strike on McGinnity. Off the plate, 1-1. Big swing and a miss. Francis blew it by her. Falcons, once again, down to their final strike. The 1-2. She got her. That's the ball game. Francis with 14 strikeouts. No other way this one should have ended than with a strikeout and an off-speed one for that matter. 14 in the game, 208 on the season as she broke the 200 mark in the 3rd inning. What a game and a performance once again by Tessa Francis and these Magicians. Up and down the lineup today, they got it done. As usual, everyone is a threat. They improved to 15-3 on the year, and Danvers drops to 10-7. Stick around. When we return, I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game.
The Marblehead Sports Shop offers custom sports apparel, team uniforms, and Marblehead branded one-of-a-kind gifts, and is proud to present the MHS Sports on MHTV Player of the Game.
Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Today's Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game is Sophia Hallisey. She went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and she knocked in the first run of the game in the 4-run 2nd inning and knocked another one in the big 5th inning that the Magicians had. They did all their damage in the 2nd and 5th. 9-2 the final. Congratulations, Sophia, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV. We'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner in bringing you the Player of the Game award, and we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Once again, the Magicians win their 15th game of the season, 9-2 over the Danvers Falcons. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?